Hello and welcome to the Merging Life and Money Show. I am Marie-Jo Cesar, your guide on this journey of financial empowerment. As we approach the observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day this coming Monday, today's takes on a special significance. I will be exploring the profound influence of Dr. King, not just as a civil rights icon, but as a guiding light in the realm of financial wellness and equality. In the spirit of MLK Day, let's delve into how financial wellness is not just about numbers in our bank account. It's about stability, understanding the emotional and practical aspect of money, and most importantly, about empowerment. Dr. King's teachings, deeply rooted in justice and equality, extend far beyond social rights. They embrace the essence of economic empowerment and financial wellness for all. As a financial wellness strategist, I believe in a holistic approach to managing finances. It is not just about earning more, it's about creating a harmonious relationship with your finances that aligns with your values and your goals. So in today's episode, I will explore how Dr. King's vision can inspire you to approach your financial lives, how his dream of equality and empowerment can be reflected in how you manage your money, overcome economic barriers, and strive for prosperity, not just for you, but for your community as well. So whether you are a high-earning professional struggling to take control of your finances, or someone looking for guidance to manage your money effectively, this episode is for you. So join me as I uncover the timeless wisdom of Dr. King and translate it into practical strategies for today's financial landscape. It's time to transform your financial lives, inspired by a dream that continues to resonate with you all. Just days before we celebrate his remarkable life and enduring impact. Welcome to the Merging Life and Money Show. In today's episode, I will be looking at 3 pivotal areas where Dr. King's legacy intersects with our financial wellness. These points are not just historical reflections, they are practical pillars that you can apply in your everyday financial lives. So let me give you a brief overview of what I will be covering. In the first point, I will be covering MLK's legacy and financial wellness. Here, I will delve into how Dr. King's advocacy went beyond civil rights and extended into the realm of economic empowerment. I will discuss his views on economic equality, the steps he took for economic empowerment, and how his financial teachings are more relevant today than ever. This part of the episode will help you understand the depth of MLK's vision for financial wellness and how it can influence your approach to money management. In the second point, I will look at overcoming systemic barriers to financial wellness. Dr. King was well aware of the systemic barriers that hinder financial equality. In this segment, I will explore MLK in tackling these barriers and look at how modern organizations continue his work. I will also share personal stories that illustrate how individuals today are overcoming these challenges inspired by MLK's vision. And in the third point, I will recommend practical steps to financial wellness in the spirit of MLK and translate Dr. King's principles into actionable steps that you can incorporate into your financial life. This will include discussions on budgeting with purpose, building an inclusive financial community, and investing in socially responsible companies. These practical tips are designed to empower you to align your financial action with your values and objectives, truly embodying MLK's legacy in your financial journey. So let's move forward, drawing inspiration from a leader who not only dreamed of equality, but also laid the foundation for financial empowerment for generations to come. Now, over to the first point of today's episode, MLK's legacy and financial wellness. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy as a civil rights leader extends beyond racial equality to encompass economic empowerment and financial wellness for all individuals. MLK understood that economic stability is essential for achieving true equality, as financial well-being provides the foundation for individuals and communities to strive. His teaching on justice and fairness have inspired numerous initiatives aimed at promoting financial wellness. MLK believed that everyone should have access to economic opportunities and resources regardless of their race or socioeconomic background. He emphasized the importance of addressing systemic barriers that prevent marginalized communities from achieving financial stability. This includes discriminatory practices in employment, housing, and lending, which hindered African Americans' ability to accumulate wealth and build generational prosperity. He also recognized that economic empowerment was a crucial aspect of achieving racial equality. He advocated for policies and initiatives that aimed to uplift the African American community economically. One notable example is the Montgomery bus boycott, where MLK played a pivotal role in mobilizing African Americans to boycott segregating buses in Montgomery, Alabama. The boycott had significant economic consequences for the bus company, highlighting the power of collective action in demanding change. In addition to grassroots activism, MLK also worked on economic empowerment through advocacy and legislative efforts. He called for fair wages, equal job opportunities, and an end to discriminatory practices in employment. MLK's leadership helped galvanize support for landmark legislations like the Equal Pay Act of 1963, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968, all of which aim to dismantle institutionalized racism and provide greater economic opportunities for African Americans. Furthermore, MLK teachings on justice, equality, and economic empowerment continues to influence a modern understanding of financial wellness. He emphasized the interconnectedness of social and economic issues, recognizing that true equality cannot be achieved without addressing economic disparities. MLK teachings have shaped the way we approach financial wellness, highlighting the importance of equal access to education, employment opportunities, and resources for all individuals. And his vision of financial wellness goes beyond individual prosperity. It encompasses collective well-being and community development. He believed that economic justice should extend to marginalized communities that have historically been excluded from wealth-building opportunities. MLK's teaching inspire initiatives aimed at promoting financial literacy, providing affordable housing options, supporting small businesses in underserved areas, and advocating for policies that address systemic inequalities. Here are some examples of organizations and programs continuing MLK's work in promoting financial stability. The Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change. This organization continues MLK's work by promoting nonviolent social change and advocating for economic justice. They offer programs focused on financial empowerment and entrepreneurship within marginalized community. The King Center, founded by Coretta Scott King in 1968, is dedicated to preserving and advancing the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. One of the key areas of the focus for this organization is promoting economic equality and financial stability for all individuals, as I mentioned. Through various programs and initiatives, the King Center works toward creating opportunities for marginalized communities to access resources and achieve economic empowerment. The program includes the Economic Advancement Program. This program aims to provide education and training to individuals from disadvantaged backgrounds on topics such as financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and job skills development. By equipping individuals with the necessary tools and knowledge, the program helps them navigate the complexities of the financial world and improve their financial stability. The Minority Business Development Initiative, another one of those programs, focuses on supporting minority-owned businesses by providing resources, mentorship programs, and networking opportunities. So by fostering entrepreneurship within marginalized communities, the King Center aims to promote economic growth and reduce disparities in wealth. Another one is the National Urban League that is continuing MLK's work in promoting financial stability. The National Urban League is a civil rights organization that has been working towards economic empowerment since its establishment in 1910. Inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King's vision of equality, the organization strives to create economic opportunities for African Americans and other underserved communities through education, employment assistance, housing support, and entrepreneurship development. It offers programs such as economic empowerment initiatives. This initiative focuses on providing job training programs, career counseling services, and financial education workshops to help individuals enhance their employability and achieve financial stability. Another program is Entrepreneurship Development Program. It offers resources and support for aspiring entrepreneurs from marginalized communities, including business planning assistance, access to capital, and mentorship programs. The program aims to foster the growth of small businesses and promote financial independence. The other program continuing MLK's work in promoting financial stability is Operation Hope. Operation Hope is a nonprofit organization dedicated to empower individuals and communities to achieve financial dignity and stability. So, guided by Dr. King's philosophy of nonviolence and equity, Operation Hope provides financial literacy education, credit counseling, and small business support to underserved communities. So by equipping individuals with the tools and the knowledge they need to make informed financial decisions, the organization aims to break the cycle of poverty and build a more inclusive economy. These organizations and programs are just a few examples of the continued efforts to promote financial stability and economic equality in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So as we commemorate his contribution, let us remember that the fight for social justice extends beyond civil rights and encompasses economic empowerment for all. Now, having explored how Dr. King's legacy intertwines with the concept of financial wellness, let's address the second point of today's episode and turn the focus to one of the most challenging yet vital aspects of this journey: overcoming systemic barriers to financial wellness. You see, Dr. King was not only a visionary in recognizing these barriers, but also a strategist in addressing them. So let's look into MLK's approach to dismantling systemic economic barriers. They are not just historical challenges, okay? They are very much alive today, affecting how we manage and grow our finances. I will explore the strategies he advocated for and how these strategies are still relevant and necessary for achieving financial equality. Furthermore, I will shine a light on contemporary organizations that are the torchbearers of Dr. King's mission. This group continue to fight for economic justice, taking cues from MLK's playbook to empower community financially. And to bring it all home, I will share some inspiring personal stories. These narratives will highlight real-life examples of individuals who, against all odds, have navigated their way to financial stability. These are stories of resilience, hope, and the triumph of the human spirit, all echoing Dr. King's enduring legacy. So let's dive into understanding these systemic barriers and, more importantly, learning how we can overcome them, drawing inspirations and wisdom for the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. One of the key systemic barriers to economic progress that MLK thought to address was economic inequality and discrimination. He recognized that African Americans face significant disparities in access to employment, education, housing, and business opportunities due to racial discrimination. MLK advocated for equal rights and economic justice, emphasizing the need for policies that would dismantle discriminatory practices and provide equal opportunities for all individuals, regardless of their race or background. MLK believed that economic empowerment was crucial in achieving social justice. He argued that addressing economic inequality required not only ending segregation, but also implementing policies that would uplift marginalized communities economically. He called for fair employment practices, such as eliminating discriminatory hiring practices and ensuring equal pay for equal work. Additionally, he advocated for affordable housing initiatives and access to quality education as a means to bridge the economic gap between different racial groups. Let's look at the initiative for economic empowerment. So to tackle these systemic barriers, Martin Luther King Jr. proposed various initiatives aimed at promoting economic empowerment among marginalized communities, as I mentioned before. One such initiative was a concept of the living wage. MLK argued that every individual should have the right to earn a wage sufficient enough to meet their basic needs and support their families without falling into poverty. He believed that a living wage would not only alleviate financial hardships, but also enable individuals to participate fully in society. Moreover, he emphasized the importance of community development programs targeted toward disadvantaged neighborhoods. He advocated for investment in infrastructure, job training programs, and small business support services in areas with high poverty rates. These initiatives aimed to create sustainable economic growth within marginalized communities by providing them with the necessary resources and opportunities. By recognizing the interconnectedness of economic empowerment and social justice, MLK's approach continues to inspire efforts toward achieving equality and inclusivity in today's society. Now, I'm going to address financial inequality and its impact on equality. MLK's vision on equality extended beyond racial segregation and discrimination to encompass economic justice, as I mentioned before. He believed that the true equality could only be achieved if everyone had equal access to opportunities and resources, including financial well-being. Unfortunately, financial inequality continues to persist in our society today, with marginalized communities disproportionately affected. So, what are the factors contributing to financial inequality? I identified 4 of them, and I'm sure there are many, many more. Racial discrimination in employment and wages, limited access to quality education and job opportunities, systemic barriers preventing wealth accumulation, and inadequate social safety nets. Having identified these factors, let's look at the role of financial wellness in advancing MLK's vision. Financial wellness refers to the state of your overall financial health, which include having knowledge, skills, and resources to make informed financial decisions. It encompasses not only your ability to meet your basic needs, but also your capacity to plan for the future and achieve long-term goals. So here are the benefits. And empowerment. By achieving financial wellness, you gain control over your finances and have the ability to make choices that aligns with your values. Reduce stress. Financial stability reduces anxiety about meeting day-to-day expenses and unexpected emergencies. Economic mobility is another benefit. Access to resources and opportunities through financial wellness can help break the cycle of poverty and promote upward social mobility. Social equality. When everyone has the opportunity to achieve financial wellness, it contributes to a more equitable society where individuals are not limited by their socioeconomic background. Now, let's talk about promoting financial wellness for all. In order to advance MLK's vision on equality and ensure financial wellness for all individuals, we must address the underlying cause of financial inequality and provide support systems that promote economic empowerment. By addressing financial inequality and promoting financial wellness for all individuals, you can take significant steps to realize MLK's vision of equality in both its social and economic dimensions. Now, what about equal access to education? Education equality is a fundamental aspect of achieving MLK's vision of economic justice and financial well-being. MLK recognized that education plays a crucial role in breaking the cycle of poverty and promoting social mobility. He advocated for equal access to quality education for all individuals, regardless of their race or socioeconomic background. Another important factor is early childhood education. MLK emphasized the importance of early childhood education as a foundation for future success. He believed that investing in high quality early childhood education programs would provide children with the necessary skills and knowledge to thrive academically and economically later in life. So, by ensuring that all children have access to early learning opportunities, we can narrow the achievement gap and create a more equitable society. Equally important is empowering disadvantaged communities through education. To achieve economic justice, disadvantaged communities must be empowered through education. Okay. MLK envisioned education as a tool for empowering individuals to overcome systemic barriers and achieve financial well-being. So by providing resources, support, and educational opportunities to underserved communities can help break down the barriers that hinder economic progress. Educational scholarships and grants are great such resources. Okay, so to promote economic justice, it is vitally important to establish educational scholarships and grants specifically targeted to students from low-income backgrounds. These financial aids can enable talented individuals who lack financial resources to pursue higher education without burdening themselves with excessive student loans. And by leveling the playing field in terms of access to higher education, we can create more opportunities for economic advancement among marginalized communities. In addition to scholarship and grants, community outreach programs play a vital role in achieving MLK's vision of economic justice through education. These programs aim to provide academic support, mentorship, and career guidance to disadvantaged students. So by connecting them with positive role models and exposing them to various opportunities, such programs can empower individuals to overcome obstacles and achieve financial stability. Now, I will tell you real life stories of financial transformation, illustrating how individuals today are embodying Dr. King's legacy by overcoming systemic barriers. Now, I will tell you real life stories of financial transformation, illustrating how individuals today are embodying Dr. King's legacy by overcoming systemic financial barriers and paving their way to economic empowerment. Let me talk about John. John is a middle-aged individual struggling with debt and financial instability. And he found inspiration in MLK's principle of economic empowerment. He realized that he needed to take control of his finances and make responsible choices to achieve financial wellness. John started by creating a budget and tracking his expenses accurately. This helped him identify areas where he could cut back and save money. In addition to budgeting, John also taught financial education and guidance. He attended workshops on personal finance management and sought advice from financial experts. Through these resources, he learned about the importance of saving for emergency, investing for the future, and managing debt effectively. So here are the key actions taken by John to better his financial situation. He created a detailed budget. He tracked his expenses regularly. He attended financial education workshops. He sought advice from financial experts. He saved for emergencies. He invested for the future. And he managed his debt effectively. Now, my second story is Alicia's path to financial stability through community support. Alicia, a single mother facing financial hardships, found solace in MLK's principle of community support and solidarity. She understood that she couldn't achieve financial wellness alone and needed assistance from her community. She reached out to several local organizations that provided resources for low-income families. Through these organizations, Alicia received help with finding affordable housing options, accessing healthcare services at reduced cost, and receiving assistance with childcare expenses. Furthermore, she joined support groups where she connected with others facing similar challenges. This group provided emotional support as well as practical advice on managing finances as a single parent. So here are the main sources of community support that help Alicia. Local organizations providing resources for low-income families, affordable housing options, reduced cost healthcare services, assistance with childcare expenses, and support groups for single parents. Now, let's address the third and final point of today's episode: practical steps to financial wellness in the spirit of MLK. I will explore how you can apply MLK's principles to achieve your own financial wellness, providing you with tangible strategies and tips to empower your financial journey. One of the key principles, something fundamental yet powerful in your financial life, is budgeting with purpose. Dr. King was a man of intention, and his actions were always purpose-driven. Similarly, when it comes to your finances, intention is key. It's not just about tracking expenses or balancing accounts. It's about aligning your financial habits with your deepest value and goals. Let me start by redefining what a budget is. It's not a restriction. It's a roadmap. A well-planned budget guides you to financial freedom and empowerment, much like how Dr. King's vision guided a movement. It's about understanding where your money is going and ensuring that it's going toward what truly matters to you. So whether it's saving for a child's education, investing in your community, or contributing to causes that uphold the ideals Dr. King fought for, your budget is a tool that enables you to make these aspirations a reality. MLK emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals and aligning our action with those goals. So, similarly, when it comes to managing your finances, it is very important to have a purpose behind your budgeting efforts. At the end of the day, budgeting with purpose provides clarity and focus in financial decision making, motivates disciplined spending habits by reminding you of your objectives, and helps track progress to achieving financial goals. Remember, budgeting with a purpose is not about limiting yourself. It's about empowering yourself. It's about making conscious choices with your money that reflect who you are and what you stand for, honoring Dr. King's legacy in your financial journey. Another cornerstone is actualizing the financial wellness vision inspired by Dr. King is building an inclusive financial community. MLK was an advocate for equality and believed in the power of unity. This principle can be applied to personal finance management by fostering an inclusive financial community. Instead of viewing personal finance as an individualistic endeavor, consider the benefits of collaborating with others and sharing knowledge and resources. We must talk about money, guys. To embrace this principle, actively seek out opportunities to engage with others who share similar financial aspirations. Join local community groups or online forums where individuals discuss programs regarding personal finance topics such as investing strategies or frugal living tips. Additionally, consider organizing financial literacy workshops or volunteering at organizations that provide financial education to underserved communities. Doing so enables you to gain insight from diverse perspectives and experiences. It also helps you create a support system for accountability and encouragement. And lastly, it contributes to the overall financial well-being of the community. Now, let's shift the focus to another impactful aspect of financial empowerment. Ethical investing and wealth distribution, embodying the principle of fairness and social responsibility championed by Dr. King, a practice deeply aligned with his values of integrity, justice, and social change. MLK was a proponent of social justice and equality, and his principles can be reflected in personal finance management through investing in socially responsible companies. This involved considering not only the financial returns on investment, but also the ethical and social impact of these investments. So to incorporate this principle into your investment strategy, research companies that align with your values and prioritize issues such as environmental sustainability, diversity and inclusion, which has become a very controversial subject today, or fair labor practices. Look for funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs, that focus on socially responsible investing, or SRI, or impact investing. By directing your investment to companies that are making positive contribution to society, you can align your financial goals with your values. Such investment promote positive change by supporting companies with ethical practices, allows investors to align their financial goals with their personal values, and may provide competitive return while making a difference in societal issues. So before going any further, I would like to state that the information that I'm providing you here is for educational purposes only and should not be considered as financial or investment advice. It is always recommended to consult with a financial professional before making any major financial decisions. So I will end this third point with two common misconceptions about Dr. King's views on wealth. One common misconception about MLK's views on wealth and financial success is that he advocated for complete wealth redistribution. While it is true that MLK believed in economic justice and the need to address income inequality, he did not support a radical redistribution of wealth. Instead, he emphasized the importance of creating a more equitable society where everyone has access to basic necessities and opportunities for upward mobility. MLK believed that a fair distribution of wealth should be achieved through policies that promote economic growth, provide equal access to education and employment opportunities, and ensure a living wage for all workers. He argued that these measures would help bridge the gap between the rich and the poor without undermining individual initiative or stifling economic progress. An essential aspect of MLK's vision for economic justice was education. He firmly believed that education played a crucial role in breaking the cycle of poverty and providing individuals with the tool they needed to succeed financially. He advocated for equal access to quality education for all, regardless of their socioeconomic background or race. He recognized that without proper education, people would continue to face barriers in achieving financial success and escaping poverty. He called for increased investment in schools located in low-income communities, better resources for teachers, an educational program that empowers students with practical skill needed in the job market. Another misconception about MLK's views on wealth is that he solely focused on racial equality and neglected economic empowerment. The fact is that MLK strongly believed that racial justice could not be fully achieved without addressing economic disparities. He understood that financial success was an essential aspect of empowerment as it provided individuals with autonomy, dignity, and influence within society. He highlighted the need for job opportunities that offered fair wages, benefits, and opportunities for advancement to all individuals, regardless of race or background. In his fight against racial discrimination, MLK recognized the importance of economic boycotts and encouraged African Americans to support businesses that promoted fair employment practices. He believed that economic empowerment was a powerful tool in dismantling systemic racism and achieving true equality. To further his goal of economic empowerment, MLK advocated for the formation of coalitions between different racial and socioeconomic groups. He understood that unity among diverse communities was crucial in challenging the status quo and bringing about meaningful change. MLK believed in the power of collective action and encouraged people from all walks of life to come together to address economic injustices. So by forming alliances with labor unions, civil rights organizations, religious support groups, and other social justice movements, MLK aimed to create a broad-based movement that could effectively challenge economic inequality and advocate for policies that benefit all marginalized communities. Through these coalitions, MLK thought to build bridges between different groups facing various forms of oppression and work toward a more inclusive society where wealth and financial success were not limited to a privileged few. And as I wrap up this episode, let's reflect on the key areas I covered, all under the guiding light of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s enduring legacy. I started with MLK's legacy and financial wellness. I delved into how Dr. King's advocacy for civil rights extended to economic empowerment, emphasizing the importance of economic equality and the impact of his financial teachings in today's world. Then I talk about overcoming systemic barriers to financial wellness that is very much well and alive today. I explored the strategies Dr. King's employed to tackle systemic economic barriers and highlighted contemporary organizations that continue to fight for financial justice, inspired by his vision. And finally, I explored practical steps to financial wellness, ethical investing, and wealth distribution. I discussed the significance of budgeting with purpose, the role of inclusive financial community, and the impact of ethical investing and fair wealth distribution, all aligning with Dr. King's principles of fairness and social responsibility. And as I conclude, let's remember that financial wellness is not just a personal goal, but a collective journey to a more equitable society a vision that Dr. King so eloquently encapsulated in his word. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? This question not only calls us to action, but also reminds us of the profound impact our financial decisions can have on the world around us. So thank you for joining today as we embrace the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in our pursuit of financial wellness. I am your host, Marie-Jo César. I will be back again next week. Until then, continue merging life and money. Bye for now.